Is it actually possible to pack desktop-class performance into a portable 16-inch chassis without it melting your desk? Welcome back to Tech Unlocked. Today we're looking at the 2025 ASUS ROG Strix G16, specifically the G61LW AS96 configuration. With an Intel Core Ultra 9 275HX and an NVIDIA RTX 5080 laptop GPU, this machine is making some massive promises. Let's break down whether it actually delivers. Right out of the box, the 2025 Strix G16 keeps things relatively clean with the Eclipse Gray chassis. It's distinctly a gaming laptop. You still get that signature AuraSync RGB light bar and perky RGB keyboard, but it's subtle enough that it won't look entirely out of place in a studio or office. It weighs in at around 5.8 pounds, so it's substantial, but perfectly manageable for a high-performance 16-inch rig. Port selection is fantastic. You get dual Thunderbolt 5 ports on the left side, which is a massive win for high-bandwidth docks or external drives, along with HDMI 2.1, a 2.5G LAN port, and 3 USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A ports. You spend all your time looking at the screen, and ASUS didn't cut corners here. This model features a 16-inch ROG Nebula display with a 16:10 aspect ratio. We're looking at a 2.5K resolution, or 2560 by 1600, pushing a blazing fast 240Hz refresh rate with a 3 millisecond response time. It covers 100% DCI-P3 color gamut and hits 500 nits of brightness. Whether you're tracking targets in a fast-paced shooter or color grading 4K vertical timelines in DaVinci Resolve or CapCut, the panel is incredibly color accurate, fluid, and just gorgeous to look at. Under the hood is where things get serious. This configuration is armed with the Intel Core Ultra 9 275HX processor featuring 24 cores, paired with 32GB of fast DDR5 memory. But the real star of the show is the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5080 laptop GPU with 16GB of GDDR7 VRAM, capable of drawing up to 175 watts with dynamic boost. In real-world terms, this thing absolutely chews through modern AAA titles. With DLS4 and frame generation, you can easily max out your settings at native 2.5K and still saturate that 240Hz display in competitive titles. And if your work involves heavy video rendering or 3D modeling, that 32GB of RAM and the Ultra 9's AI NPU make short work of complex exports. Storage is handled by a 1TB PCIe Gen 4 NVMe SSD. What I love about the 2025 redesign is what ASUS calls the ultimate pit stop bottom panel. Getting inside is straightforward, and they've included their toolless Q-latch system for the M.2 slots. If you want to throw in a second drive later to hold more project files or a growing Steam library, it takes seconds. No tiny screwdrivers required. Cooling this much hardware takes effort. ASUS is using a massive vapor chamber along with liquid metal on both the CPU and GPU. Yes, the fans get loud under full load, that's just physics, but it keeps the system from heavily thermal throttling during long rendering or gaming sessions. You're also future-proofed with Wi-Fi 7 for ultra-low latency wireless networking. The 90 watt-hour battery will get you through some basic web browsing or light tasks, but let's be real, with an RTX 5080, you want to keep that 380W power brick plugged in when it's time to push the limits. So who is the 2025 ASUS ROG Strix G16 for? If you want desktop-tier 1440p gaming, top-tier build quality, and hardware that can double as a serious content creation workstation, the G16 is incredibly hard to beat. I've dropped a link below where you can pick one of these up. If you found this review helpful, drop a like and subscribe to Tech Unlocked for more hardware breakdowns and tech tips. Let me know in the comments, would you choose this over a full desktop build? Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.